confusing for anyone who's who's new to us, very confusing partnership of Julie and Julia, but we love working together. So,
Totally.
So yeah, as she said, I am Julie Donna. I am the sustainability coordinator for Louisville Metro Government. And last week at the annual Louisville Sustainability Summit, we made the exciting announcement of that this Solar Over Louisville program is coming up, and we're so excited to be partnered and be launching this. So I am going to share my screen if I can figure out how to do that. Okay, and does this look okay to everyone?
Yeah, it looks good, Julie.
Great. All right, so again, we are launching the Solar Over Louisville program, the first solarized campaign of Louisville, Kentucky, and this is a partnership between Louisville Metro Government and the Louisville Sustainability Council, as well as many others who have worked hard and contributed to launching this. So these are the two main partners, but I will also acknowledge that Wallace McMullen from the Kentucky Solar Energy Society has been helping us to launch it and actually held an initial iteration of Solar Over Louisville back a few years ago. So want to acknowledge him on the call right now for his hard work and dedication to just all things advancing solar in Louisville and in Kentucky. And we've had many other partners. And if you're interested in partnering with us as well, if you were involved in solar advocacy, we'd be welcome to open up a conversation and see how we can fit in together. So just a little background about what my office does as well. We are not just sustainability, we actually do the long range planning of the city in Louisville Metro Government. So we have neighborhood planning, multimodal transportation, and public art all tied in with our sustainability initiatives. And this is our sustainability team. Allison Smith is on the call today, so you can say hello to her and say hi to any of us if you ever see us out and about in the city. But again, I'm the sustainability coordinator and I'm the point person for this campaign within Louisville Metro. All right, so some background on Louisville Metro's climate plans and how this ties into this big picture and our big goals that we have for the city. So Louisville Metro has two climate plans. We have our greenhouse gas emissions reduction plan and Prepare Louisville, our climate adaptation plan. So the greenhouse gas emissions reduction plan is what we're doing to reduce our impact, our contribution to global climate change as much as we can. We are decarbonizing and reducing our carbon pollution. However, we know that we are already seeing climate change impacts in Louisville. So we also came up with Prepare Louisville as a way to build a climate resilient city that can withstand the impacts of urban heat and increased flooding, et cetera, that we know that we're going to be seeing. And our Solar Over Louisville program actually contributes to both because while of course it's reducing our carbon pollution, actually building a more distributed grid across the city is also contributing to our resiliency. And this is a very brief overview of our big emissions reduction plan. And as you notice, getting solar on residential homes and commercial buildings is really crucial to implementing this. And cleaning up our energy grid is really crucial to reducing our fossil fuel use and implementing our clean energy goals. So this really ties perfectly well into this big picture. But of course, there are other things that we're focused on at the same time because we really need to decarbonize our transportation systems, our waste systems, and really everything that goes on in our city. So as I've referenced, we have some clean energy goals that we're working toward. Many of you may be aware that Louisville Metro Council back in 2020 adopted a clean energy resolution calling for 100% clean energy for government operations and then community-wide by 2040. So this program is really looking at what can we do community-wide to decarbonize our grid and give power back in people's hands. So this is a major next step for our community-wide goals. However, Louisville Metro, we're working on our internal goals too. We're working to increase our energy efficiency for our government operations and looking into procuring renewable energy, but we want to spread the love and have these programs be implemented throughout the city. So into the good stuff for the Solar Over Louisville campaign. So why might you want to go solar? As I said, it helps us meet our 100% clean energy goal community-wide by 2040. Ways to go, it's a big goal, but this is a bold action and we will need everyone doing their part. It also supports local job creation for solar. And of course, most importantly, it reduces your energy bill. And once you have your solar installation, it is going to be providing free energy that you own that is going into your home and is going to be providing you energy for 30 to 50 years. And it's largely maintenance free as well. And a little about how solar power would work on your home. You have the solar panels, and note that how that roof is oriented is very important to how well you're going to capture that energy from the sun. As well as the panels, there are some electrical equipments like inverters that are required to convert that energy and make sure that you're getting it into your home. So with this Solar Over Louisville program, we're going to walk you through the process so that you don't need to know about the electrical equipment and you don't need to know the exact minutia of all of the little details you may have to study otherwise. We will be pre-screening your home to see what your solar potential is and if you are a good candidate for solar. And then we'll connect you with a vetted solar installer that can be providing you a high quality installation, high quality equipment, and really good work. So we'll take the guessing out of the solar energy process. So because we've partnered with the Louisville Sustainability Council, you do not have to be within Louisville Metro to apply, just within the greater Louisville region. We're going to be focusing on home installations for this program, but if you own a commercial building, you're also eligible to apply and fill out an interest form, and we'll see if we can work with you. And so there's a limited 6-month window, but you can sign up today and show us that you're interested, and we will get on that process. So those next steps are to complete the initial eligibility form. I believe that Julie has put the link in the chat, and so that can kick off this process to evaluate whether you are a good candidate for the solar energy installation that you might need. And then this includes gathering some information that our team will follow up with you about, including the age and type of your roof. So if you could provide that information to us, it would be super helpful. And then lastly, looking at 12 months of your energy bills is really important because that gives an idea of what size of installation you may need. So if you can look at your 12 months of energy bills, and our team can help look at how big of an installation you might need. But of course, if you take some energy efficiency measures or energy conservation in your home too, then that'll reduce the size of the installation you need and will be saving you money in the long run. So we are very excited to be partnering with a solar installer. We'll be issuing an RFP that should be posted tomorrow. So please let me know, put your email in the chat, or contact me if you want to be notified of this opportunity. And so we'll be taking the guesswork out of choosing an installer for everyone who's going through this process, because we'll be looking at the affordability, but also looking at the certifications that the installers have, what the work history and the quality hardware that they're using, just to make sure that this will be a quality installation that is meant to last. And of course, also looking at the number of local jobs they're providing, and because we definitely want to be increasing the local economy here as well. So if you decide to apply and to be partner with us for this program, you'll be getting all these pre-screened customers ready to go, and reducing your costs of going out and finding these customers yourself. and you'll also be contributing to our general solar market, because we know we have a lot of potential here, but there's a lot of room to grow. So increasing our solar market is a very exciting opportunity here. And this is a huge potential for solar in Kentucky. There's more and more interest here. We have already seen prices fall over 36% in the last 5 years. So we still have the federal tax credits available. The prices have been decreasing, and we've already seen $125 million in solar investment here. So the opportunity is ripe. And since I know that we will get some questions about our energy grid and the solar policies that affect that, I will first go into a little bit about net metering. Many of you may be familiar with this. Maybe you've heard of net metering, but aren't sure exactly how it works. With a home with solar panels, when we are in the day with the sun, they are generally producing more energy that they are actually using in the home. So that energy is going back onto the grid. However, at night, the home is not producing that solar energy, and so you are drawing energy from the grid. And net metering is really just compensating for that switch between the powers, and compensating for the energy that was produced during the day that was then returned to the grid. And we've had some local policy changes around that, around net metering lately. In Kentucky, that had been net metered 1-to-1 and compensated exactly what you were producing and onto the grid. However, with some changes, we have seen that each individual utility can set their own value of the energy produced by private home systems. So the PSC very recently ruled that LG&E's power is valued at 6.9 cents per kilowatt hour. So that is not quite at the retail rate. However, it's much higher than what the utilities had requested to be to compensate private homeowners for. So, so it is still very much valuable to be installing solar in Louisville under LG&E. And another change that you might want to note is that it is now metered on a monthly basis and not just ongoing. Indiana has had also a bunch of changes with their net metering recently. In 2017, they said that net metering was going to be ending on June 30th, 2022. So that is actually coming up very soon. However, if you get that solar installed before then, you're going to be grandfathered in and receiving those net metering benefits. So the time is perfect for our friends up in Indiana to be participating in this campaign as well. We also have some other programs at Louisville Metro that work perfectly with this campaign, and we're so excited to spread the word about all of these, and hopefully they will be working together. And one of these programs is the Cool Roof Rebate Program. Many of you may be familiar or have heard me talk about this before. It is where a residential or commercial building owner can install an Energy Star certified or Cool Roof Ratings Council certified reflective roof for your property and receive $1 per square foot back. So this is beneficial for our urban heat island, but it also is creating energy efficiency for the buildings that install the cool roofs. So this is perfect if your roof is getting up there in age, and you might need a new roof before you install your solar. You can install a cool roof and get those energy efficiency benefits first, and then be producing renewable energy on top of it. Of course, it is still beneficial if you don't install solar energy to get a cool roof. And if you don't get a cool roof, it's still beneficial to install your solar energy. So you don't have to get both, but they do work hand in hand very well. And we have targeted high heat districts where most of this funding is available because we want to be really distributing our funds from Louisville Metro toward where they're needed most and most impactful in the city. So if you're in one of these high heat districts, you'll receive, they receive 70% of the funding, and there's actually $90,000 still available for cool roofs. So please spread the word if you are in contact with any people or organizations within those districts, or if you live within these districts yourself. There's also still funds available in the non-targeted districts. It is only $2,500 left. So you actually should apply today and get a cool roof installed. We also have a wait list. So if you don't get to those funds in time, we can just put you on the wait list. Still worth it to install a cool roof, and we can get those funds to you if and when they become available. And you might not have a roof that's suitable for solar. And so this is another question I knew I'd be getting is what is the difference between this and the Solar Share program from LG&E. So Solar Share is a subscription where you are getting solar offsite in and you're getting a monthly bill credit from solar that you do not own. You're getting a subscription. So if your roof is not suitable for solar, or if you don't have control of your property, then this is another program that's available to you. However, it's just different because you're not buying and installing and owning this solar installation. And then we have some other clean energy programs that these are really all targeted toward businesses and commercial building owners, but we just wanted to spread the word that we have financing mechanisms available through EPAD for energy efficiency and renewable energy. We have our Green Fleet Challenge that is encouraging local businesses to be greening their transportation as well, and because we can't forget about our transportation systems. And then we've partnered with the Louisville Energy Alliance for the Kiwauk Crackdown to recognize buildings that have really made energy improvements and been energy efficient. And we're very excited to launch a new website, 100%lou.com, where we are housing all the information about Louisville Metro's clean energy initiatives, and really housing all of the information about this Solar Over Louisville campaign, as well as all the other initiatives that fall under that, that are working toward our clean energy future by 2040. And so here are the social media handles for the campaign. Again, go to 100%lou if you're interested in learning more. You can sign up on that initial eligibility form. And if you have any questions about the campaign, or if you'd like to get involved and volunteer or be an ambassador for clean energy in your community, you can go to solar@louisvillesustainabilitycouncil.org and contact us with any questions or about getting involved. And I can leave it at that. And I will be open to any questions or conversation.
Awesome. Thank you, Julie. I'm going to just start with some of the chat box questions we have going, and I'll start from the top. Since non-residential can sign up, does that mean that Metro can sign up too?
Wait, sorry, repeat that.
Since non-residentials can sign up, does that mean that Metro can sign up too?
I don't, this has not come up. I don't believe, but I'm not sure. We'll have to investigate that.
Let's see. Does a cool roof limit the effectiveness of solar panels?
Not to my knowledge significantly at all. A cool roof does, is reflecting that heat, and solar panels are slightly less efficient in the heat. However, I don't believe that there's any significant correlation between any heat that's reflected from the cool roof and the solar panel efficiency. But good question. And the energy efficiency benefits from the cool roof is also likely going to be evening out any disadvantage from the solar installation.
Will the high heat districts receive priority with the solar panels?
Again, like it's not, sorry, I'm also trying to read through these. So, yeah, there's no priority with this, with our program. Because we don't have any designated pot of funds for assistance like we are with the high heat districts. However, definitely want to get the word out about this program in our high heat districts. So we will be targeting some workshops and information, but we don't have any priority list of people that or neighborhoods that we want to target because of funding.
We have another question here from Justin. How does the current redistricting affect who can access the cool roof rebate?
That is an excellent question. So this is something that is on our horizon, but something that is has not been finalized by us. But and we only have our funds designated for this fiscal year, and so these are not affected for the funds from this fiscal year.
How much support is available for each home applicant?
Yeah, so it depends on the pricing that we'll be getting from the solar installers that are responding to the proposal. So we don't know quite much how that discount is going to be. We're hoping for a great discount, but it's generally around 15% discount for each home that is getting the installation.
And I have a question for you, Julie. How do we go about choosing a solar installer to partner with on this?
Sorry, what?
How are we going to go about choosing a solar installer to partner with for the Solarize campaign?
Yes, so we are issuing a request for proposals, and that is something that anybody can look at. It'll be on Louisville Metro's bonfire system, which is our general request for proposals program. And so it'll be on there, and you can view the request for proposals. And then we have our evaluation criteria that our selection committee will be looking at. And that is based on all those things that were in this presentation about what is the quality of the hardware used, what is the warranty that they're offering, what is the pricing that they are offering, how many local jobs are they providing, how many certifications do they have amongst their staff, and then what is the general quality of their work history, and do they have any local references. So all of these things will be listed in that RFP, and but in general, very consistent with many Solarize campaigns across the country, where we're really have got the criteria down to what's going to be a good installer, but also offering a good price.
When does the 6-month sign-up window officially begin and end?
So the sign-up window is, so we are now taking sign-ups for the process. Again, it's going to be the early access until we get our installer on board. So, but we can, you can sign up today and start that pre-screening process so that we can start looking at what your potential solar energy generation is going to be, whether you have a suitable roof, if it's oriented well and not shaded by trees or too old of a roof. And then we can make some recommendations to you from there. And we can also start looking at the energy bills, and then start that process as well, so that you can be ready to go once we get the solar installer on board. And then we'll be having a large push around Earth Day again for this campaign once we have ramped up the campaign and are going along. And then we'll close signups shortly afterwards in the spring, likely in June.
What is the current federal rebate for this residential solar? I noticed being reduced over time from the original 30% that was offered in 2010.
Yeah, so it's been reduced over time. However, they did extend that, how long it's going to last, at 26%. So that's what it is right now. But yes, as of right now, it's going to be reduced over time after that, but it's still at that 26%.
What other questions do we have for Julie about solar over Louisville? You can either unmute yourself and ask her yourself, or you can pop them in the chat box and we will address them.
How about condominiums? We've got 2 buildings, 22 units in one and 18 in the other. Great south facing, plenty of roof. And we want to offset our lighting and things in the hallways and our air conditioning and that sort of thing. What can condominiums participate in this as homeowner associations?
Yeah, definitely. And so it will depend on the individual installer. I'll say that each installation contract is between the installer and the homeowner or resident that is applying. But definitely, if it's suitable, we want to be including you and including condos in this campaign for sure.
Okay.
Julie, there's a new, do you want to read it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So in regards to Louisville Metro operations being 100% clean energy powered, what defines clean energy? How will you account for things like small scale equipment like lawn mowers and bobcats? That's a great question. And actually we are approaching that. So to give a little more details about our government operation goals, we actually have a goal for 100% renewable electricity by 2030, and then 100% clean energy from Louisville Metro operations by 2035. So first, we're looking at procuring renewable energy, and of course, increasing our energy efficiency, so we don't have to procure as much. And then so that's our goal for 2030. And that's just big picture electricity. And then when it comes to that small scale equipment like lawnmowers and bobcats, as well as just all of the transportation we use in our Louisville Metro fleet, that is all encompassed by that clean energy by 2035 for Louisville Metro operations goal. So we're looking at those a little more down the line. However, we are already looking to replace our Metro fleet with electric vehicles. So, and right size our fleet and make sure that we are not having vehicles that we don't need. So, so this is, yeah, so this is something that is if you want the details of the resolution, that is on our website, but that's generally how we frame it, is clean energy is all encompassed, including everything that we do in Louisville Metro. Thank you, Brandon Cohn. Yeah, I know. I'll acknowledge the former councilman who was really instrumental for getting that resolution passed through Metro Council. And that process, and also, so claps to Brandon Cohen, and he put that exact language copied. So thank you. Yes, and as Michelle said, Mayor Fisher's executive order about electric vehicles, which is another big accomplishment that we have done in the last year. He signed an executive order calling for the purchase of electric vehicles, which is crucial toward that 2035 clean energy for Louisville Metro operations goal. So we're working to replace our fleet with electric vehicles, and that does include lawn equipment as well.
Hey, Julie, I got a question about something in the dashboard, the energy dashboard. I don't know if you know anything about the details there, but I am shocked by how little energy our traffic signals use compared to other things. And particularly relative to sirens, why do sirens use 6 times as much energy as traffic signals in Louisville? What are these sirens and why are they using so much energy?
I'm going to pass that question if Allison Smith has any response to that. However, that would really be a question for our energy manager who looks at this
Yeah.
information every day. Allison?
Sure. Hi, Allison here. We do not have an answer for that, Justin, but we can follow up, as Julie said, with our energy manager, Zach Tyler, who can give us more information on that.
Maybe I'll jump in. Julie, you might want to elaborate a little bit more on the process in the spring after we've chosen an installer is going to be that there will be essentially before you buy type of workshops, which will provide information encouraging people to sign up. The reach of those will obviously go across the river. And that's why Julie was talking about folks on the north side of the river in Indiana can sign up too. And so our hope, as she was explaining, is that we get a bunch of people who signed up and we can do a group buy and get a discount. And that's in some ways the real selling feature. Although, as Julie said, the fact that everyone would be working with a pre-screened installer is certainly helpful for some folks, and that may help the person who was saying how much support do we get, that you will be able to ask questions of Julie and Julia, and otherwise, get support from the people who are administering the program. And some screening will have been done ahead of time, which should make it very possibly a more comfortable process for people who don't live and work with solar all the time.
Yes. Excellent point. Not sure I have anything to add. You said it so well, Wallace. But yes, during the course of this campaign, especially once we have our solar installer on board, we'll be going out into communities, hopefully maybe even in person for community events and neighborhood meetings. And if not in person, then certainly virtual, depending on, of course, the safety of our COVID situation. But so we're very much gonna be out and about in the community, holding, as well as said before you buy, workshops and other events to get people excited about solar energy and informed about solar energy, and bringing people on board. And we'll be working with the solar installer to provide all this information to people, and really, getting the word out. And then, of course, utilizing Earth Day as a real big way to promote this event or this program as well. And if you are a part of a neighborhood association or a part of a organization that wants to help get the word out about solar energy in your community, again, contact us. We have that email, solar@louisvillesustainabilitycouncil.org. Please let us know if you're interested in partnering. We'd love to have some. We're going to be going out to the organizations that we're familiar with, but we'd love to have some new organizations to spread the word to when this campaign. Yes, thank you, Julia. That email is in the chat. So please let us know.
Any other questions for Julie and the team? We have a bunch of experts on the meeting with us today, so this is a great place to get any of the questions you may have about solar or the Solarize program answered. So any other questions you have?
And as Justin was clearly looking through the 100% Lou website, if you have questions about the rest of our other clean energy initiatives, please shout those out as well. I'll also acknowledge Mark Donnelly is our main board. He's on the board of directors for the Louisville Sustainability Council, and has really been the main board point of contact for helping this program get off the ground. He's going to be helping with the pre-screening process for our interested residents. So you'll probably be hearing from him if you're filling out this form. Yes, so the RFP will be open. Great question, Justin, or no, Madison, sorry. Lots of questions coming in. Yeah, so the RFP will be open for approximately 1 month, 4 weeks. And so we'll get all those responses in before the Christmas holiday. And then the timeline for installation is once, of course, we, again, with this net metering thing in Indiana, we will be asking the designated solar installer that we're working with to kind of prioritize those Indiana installations actually. But the deadline for installing the, getting those contracts in, first we'll be wanting to get those contracts finalized as a part of the campaign between the residents and the solar installer approximately 8 weeks after our deadline to sign up. And then you'll really have till the end of the year to complete the installation. Yeah, we do need some energy efficiency for our sirens, Justin. Yeah, and this is the thing about all the energy efficiency that we're doing within Louisville Metro is it's really some unexpected places that you'll find the biggest energy savings. And that is a lesson that I think we can all take back to any buildings we live or work in. Yes, so we plan to work with, okay, I'll read the question out loud. Brandon Cohen asked about any efforts to target specific groups like private schools, religious institutions, etc. Besides working with our neighborhood associations and really working with homeowners in our neighborhoods. We also have been talking to KIPL, Kentucky Interfaith Power and Light, about this program. And so they, if you are familiar, do a lot of work with climate action for our religious houses of worship. And so those are great candidates for solar energy. And so we are looking forward to working with them as well. And again, if you have any other ideas for really wonderful partners that we may be able to work with, we'd love to hear from you. So we do not, George, George asked, do we have a quota of customers in order to finalize contracts? We don't have a minimum number of houses for this program, but we are hoping to get somewhere between 20 and 50 installations as a part of the campaign. Of course, the more the better. And we've also opened it up to, we're also conscious of our smaller local installers and their capacity. So if we have a very robust sign up interest with a lot of customers ready to go, we can work with multiple designated installers to really, we ask in the RFP about your installation capacity as well. So we're taking all of that into account. Yes, Autumn, do you foresee more programs and opportunities like that in the future? So yeah, to give a broader context, solarized campaigns, like we're calling Solar Over Louisville, is a solarized campaign, and these happen across the country, and many of our peer cities across the region have completed solarized campaigns, and a lot of them do this on an annual basis. And this is just a start for Louisville. It's the first one. We're actually the second city in Kentucky to have a solarized campaign. Lexington beat us to the punch a few years back. And also, interestingly, Hazard, Kentucky announced their solarized campaign just this morning. So so we're no longer the only one with an active solarized campaign in Kentucky. So yes, I see Justin cheering. Yeah, so we're very excited for this to be growing in Kentucky and growing our solar energy market. But we also hope to have this be a continual program that lasts year to year on an annual basis. But we want to have a strong showing for this first one, and maybe, even get find some additional funding opportunities or grants that can help with assisting this program if we have a really good first round. So, so yes, we definitely see a lot of opportunities for expanding the program, continuing the program year to year, and just a lot of possibilities out there for our clean energy future.
Julie, I think we should point out that the program was developed in cooperation with the Rocky Mountain Institute in Denver. And one of the focuses of their support is that we target low to moderate income communities. So, you know, when you're talking about where we're going with this and where our neighborhood events might be, we're looking for partners in low and moderate income communities, as well as potentially financial incentives for people who can't otherwise afford solar to be able to access this program with us.
Yes, yes, excellent point. Yeah, definitely grateful to the Rocky Mountain Institute, who has really helped us with a lot of the technical assistance for the program as well. And yeah, they have really helped us to make this campaign more inclusive and target some areas that might need some attention. And again, we hope to expand this program later on and maybe even offer additional low-income financing mechanisms for people to make it even more inclusive and make solar even more accessible for people across the city. Yeah, and definitely the Rocky Mountain Institute is going to be helping us throughout this campaign. So we're definitely grateful for them, and they're helping to start Solarize campaigns in even more cities across the country that haven't launched any yet, like ours. Okay, yes, Autumn, I see. We can definitely, yeah, keep this going on for years to come, hopefully, and so that you'll have your chance as well. Alex asked if there's any plan to target property management groups due to Louisville having a heavy renter market. And yes, I think that is a possibility as well. I think that's, yeah, a great way to target a population that wouldn't have access to solar otherwise.
Do we have any other questions for Julie and the team about solar over Louisville, the Solarize campaign, Louisville Metro's efforts? She is the expert. Well, Julie,
looking through the chat, yeah, making sure. So yeah, so just to summarize from those links that were at the top, if you sign up for early access and you are an interested resident, even if you think your roof might not be suitable, you can still sign up and show that you're interested, and we can be in contact with you and start that pre-screening process. You can also sign up for our Cool Roof Rebate Program. We had that link in the chat, as well as the rest of our sustainability initiatives. So yeah, I'll also, if I could share my screen again, just to share a little more information just about our other Louisville Metro sustainability efforts, because we have a ton going on with green and clean energy, as you all have heard about tonight, but I also don't want to neglect that we have a lot of work that's going on within Louisville Metro and beyond toward our other sustainability goals and our climate resilience. So yeah, again, we have a shout out to Michelle King on the call for our air quality programs and the Grow More and Mow Less program, Lawn Care for Cleaner Air program. We have our urban heat island mitigation efforts, which include our Cool Roof Rebate program, as well as other efforts, sustainable transportation alternatives and brownfield redevelopment and green space preservation. So we have a lot going on. And so we are really thinking of the big picture of how can we be not just a clean energy city, but a sustainable city for the future. And I just wanted to plug our other social media. So I showed we have our Solar Over Louisville Facebook page, our Twitter page, but this is just my specific contact information. Again, if you're interested installer, you can feel free to email me and I will make sure you get a copy of the RFP. Our general sustainability page is louisvilleky.gov/sustainability. And please go to our Facebook and Twitter. Even if you follow us already, please go to those pages because the algorithms won't show you the content of a page that you have not visited recently. So please go to those pages and check out our most recent activity. And you'll also be getting some Solar Over Louisville initiative updates from these pages as well. So just wanted to give a plug for all of this information. That also has my phone number, and feel free to call me if you have any questions about this campaign or about our sustainability programs in general. So that is my final slide.
Awesome. Thank you, Julie. I'm so excited for this program and I'm stoked that we get to partner with you guys and bring this to Louisville. So cool things to come. Definitely be sure you keep yourself in the loop by following Sustain Lou and the LSC on Facebook. Sign up for our newsletters. You can visit any of those links that were plugged in the chat box for more information. So thank you again, Julie, for taking the time to be here and tell everyone what the Solar Rise campaign is all about. I just dropped the link one more time in the chat box for the LSC's Louisville Sustainability Fund grant cycle, which is now open now until February 28th at midnight. We're funding lots of really cool programs, projects, and initiatives in Louisville dedicated to creating a more sustainable and equitable community. So check it out, share it with your friends, share it with your networks, apply if you think you have a program that would partner well with the LSC and our mission. And again, if you have any other questions that pop up, feel free to either email me or Julie or solar@louisvillesustainabilitycouncil.org. That will be answered by one of our team members. We have a big team on for the Solar Rise campaign. So it should be really, really cool. Any other questions, you can throw them in the chat box. We'll stay on for a couple more minutes. Or like I said, reach out to Julie or myself and we will get connected. Thank you everyone for being here. I am crossing my fingers that in-person events are coming right around the corner in the new year. Although our virtual summit was online, we did have an after party at the Logan Street Market. And it was really amazing to be able to hug everyone and see everyone. It's been so long. So hoping that it's right around the corner, but until then, we appreciate you being here. Green Drinks is the third Wednesday of every month from 6 to 7 p.m. with different speakers from the community. And you can register for all of those events either by following us on Facebook, Louisville Sustainability Council, or on our website under the Green Drinks tab. So thank you everyone for being here. More where this came from, and we look forward to filling you in a couple months on where the Solar Rise campaign lands. Justin, next month our speaker is Virtual Peaker. And so tomorrow there will be more info on that on our website, as well as a recording of this event. So this will be up on our website under the Green Drinks page tomorrow around noon. So you can rewatch and gather any info you might have missed.
I'm looking forward to the Virtual Peaker conversation at Green Drinks. They're doing some very interesting work, and they're very much a growing company right here in Louisville, working toward our clean energy future in our electric grid. So they're not paying me. I'm just a fan, and I'm excited to hear from them.
Yes, pairs well with this event for sure going into the new year.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thank you for being here. Until next month, take care.
Thank you all.